we give you something to think about to help your cats live longer, healthier, happier lives. I'm Jay.
I'm Adrian.
And together we are
the two crazy cat ladies.
We have to work on that intro. Like when we come in, we always like bump hips. I think we need to like set a line. I don't know. I mean, I have to like grab myself. So.
Anyway, we're talking about digestive issues for our kitties today, and it's such an important topic because we are contacted every day by someone who is dealing with something where their cat is suffering from digestive issues.
Especially chronic gut issues, which so many of us have seen. We ourselves have seen. We wish we knew this information that we're about to share with you guys when our mama girl was alive and dealing with IBD. And there's leaky gut and there's IBS and there's all kinds of just, a lot of times the vets will just lump it into one diagnosis of IBD or IBS, but not with all the proper testing. And so many of us are like, well, my cat's just going to live with a chronic digestive disorder. And so we're coming to you today to help you out.
Right. So I think it's really important for us to first figure out how to spot digestive issues. And then obviously let's look at how we can help digestive issues. And the signs of digestive problems are really easy to see, right? They're vomiting, it's diarrhea, maybe it's bloody stool, maybe it's constipation, lethargy.
Weight loss.
Weight loss is a big one.
Decreased appetite is also.
Not wanting to eat.
Yeah, because their tummy's upset.
And I really want to take a minute to think about how you feel when you feel sick. And a lot of times I know a lot of people are frustrated by these symptoms. They find a pool of diarrhea in their living room and it's like, oh my God, how do we get this to stop? Think about how awful your kitty is feeling. And this really helps us not only look at how we can help the root of this issue, but also how we can be more compassionate with our cats as they're going through this issue and the things that we can do to help. So empathy, I think, is super key when it comes to this.
Yeah, I'll tell you a short side story. When we had 5 cats at the time, and all of a sudden we get this horrific diarrhea smell, and it's down like it's in like a random area, and we're like, which cat? And she wasn't going.
No symptoms.
There were no other symptoms, right? Because our cats are stoic beings, and this is why it's so important to protect their gut health as well. But we had no idea who it was until we finally, one day was like, it was happening every single day. And I finally got some natural food coloring and I put a different color in each one of their foods. And then I marked it down. So when we found that diarrhea the next day, we saw who it was and we knew who needed to go to the vet and who we needed to get checked out.
That is such a great tip for anyone who's dealing with diarrhea in a multiple cat household. That is fantastic. This is also why it's really important for us to keep an eye on those basic things that we want to be watching with all of our cats, their activity levels, so we can find out if they're seeming really lethargic suddenly. We want to watch their litter box deposits. Sometimes, especially depending on the litter, if they cover it up, we may not notice that there's blood in the stool. Vomiting, obviously, is another thing that we would be able to see. But yeah, and like you mentioned, the weight as well. And I think that the inflammation in the gut is really what causes so many of these symptoms, which is really why I think we're seeing so many, however complex the digestive system is for our kitties, the same traditional treatments are being used for all of these symptoms.
Yes, and we're in no way, shape, or form telling you do not go to your vet, because you definitely want to go to your vet. You want to get your kitty tested out. However, many conventional veterinarians are using treatments for symptoms, right? So like metronidazole, Flagyl, even steroids, they're using is to bring down the inflammation or to stop the diarrhea, which is sometimes needed, get it? But in the long run, this is treating the symptoms. And when it comes to a gut health issue, like especially a chronic issue like IBD, this is in the long run actually making the problem worse by treating the symptoms with these hard medications. Just a real quick side note, there is a product out there called Diagel, Diagel. You can get it on Amazon. It's a great local company. It's a great natural company, and it's called One and Done. So it actually stops the diarrhea if you're worried about your cats getting dehydrated from from chronic diarrhea.
And that is a real concern if your cat is having chronic diarrhea.
Yes.
So but the issue is when there's inflammation in the gut, when there's leaky gut. Dr. Kitty Woodley just had a great post. If you're on Instagram, go check it out, about leaky gut and gut health in general. Our cats are not able to properly digest their food. So that is the bigger issue, which is why so many of these traditional medications end up in a vicious cycle. If you've been through a cat that's had IBD or chronic digestive issues, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The symptoms are handled for a certain amount of time and you think, awesome, we're done. And then you find a pool of diarrhea again, and it seems to come back with even more fury. Hey! okay.
Oh, hold on.
Yes.
Oh, that's just the Panthers. We're good. Sounded like a cat fight, but it was just our Black Panthers, so we're okay. We're okay. So
Okay.
sorry about that.
So we want to stop that vicious cycle and really want to take a look at the root issue.
Yes.
A lot of veterinarians understand how important it is to feed a bland diet when your cat is going through a digestive flare-up. A lot of times they'll recommend chicken and rice. However,
Yeah, that's the old school way, right? Like the old school way was always like, just feed chicken and rice. It's a bland diet. It'll help with cats and dogs. But chicken is so inflammatory, and rice also inflammatory and can cause other digestive issues. So we don't recommend that. Dr. Karen Becker recommends 50% cooked ground turkey and 50% pumpkin, like in a canned pumpkin, not pumpkin pie mix, or cooked sweet potatoes, right? Those are like, so 50% and 50%, that's a good bland diet. It's not a fully balanced diet, but to get your cat's GI tract under control and to kind of calm it down and let it rest for a minute, it is a recommended bland diet that you can do at home.
Right. So that bland diet is great. And also when that flare up is over, we're not fans of prescription diets, putting your cat on a prescription diet for a lifetime. It's really important to look. Friday is so feisty right now. It's really important to look at, are there food sensitivities involved? What is it that we're trying to help to give our, is that Zorro?
It's Zorro.
Wow. This is so distracting. I'm sorry, you guys.
Cats.
Right.
Because cat, right?
Okay. So after that flare up, right.
We want to start to introduce more novel proteins into the diet, right? So the microbiome is really like the gut health, right? So we want to diversify that microbiome as much as possible to strengthen that gut health, and adding in novel proteins into our cat's diet also gives their GI tract a break. You might want to do this at DIY style. You can go to freshfoodconsultants.org and you can meet with someone there. You can pick out whoever you want. They're all professional formulators for pet food, and they can make recipes specific to your cat's digestive needs. So that's a good idea.
Great
if you can partner with an integrative or a holistic veterinarian that can also help you along this journey, so you can get to the root of that matter, it's going to be absolutely fantastic. We know that veterinarians are hard to come by in general, and holistic veterinarians are too, but many of them now offer telehealth consultations that you could do over the computer, over a Zoom or a phone call, and help your cat, or help you help your cat.
Yeah, and I think that this is where that supplemental care really comes in, because when we're looking at the root issue of trying to help heal a leaky gut, there are so many things, and we're learning more and more just how much. Where's
Rodney when you need? This is my sad.
This is a gut that's nice and sealed and strong.
And this is one that I poked holes in it, but you can't even see it. So yeah.
Anyway, I scared the babies. I just made it worse.
Okay,
so supplemental care can be really important.
Yes.
I know we just launched our IBD Gut Restore Kit,
yes,
which each one of those products addresses certain things in the digestive issue that
yes,
can be very
and
helpful.
Let me just go over them real quick, because because this is very important. Whether you get it from our shop or somewhere else, these ingredients are very important when it comes to helping your cat's overall gut health and digestive health. Digestive enzymes, super important. Our Catalyst also has antioxidant enzyme, superoxide dismutase in it, so it reduces inflammation in that GI tract, which is key, right? Because that's where all this is coming from. So digestive enzymes, super important for your cat's digestive health. Probiotics, you all know this. If you have a cat with IBD or some kind of digestive related issue, your vet has probably already prescribed or given you or suggested a probiotic. We do want to make sure that we're getting a good high quality probiotic with many strains. Again, going back to the microbiome, we are going to be discussing very soon more about microbiome restorative therapy, and it's going to be really, I almost cursed. It's going to be so freaking amazing. So we have stuff coming up about that too. But probiotics, our OxyCat is going to balance the pH in the gut, right? Which is super key. Also, if there's like a secondary infection going on in the gut, this really helps to fight that naturally. And then B12. So all the studies show that cats with chronic digestive issues like IBD, pancreatitis, even chronic kidney disease and things like that have a hard time actually absorbing the vitamin B12 from their diets. So this is a non-synthetic, water-soluble vitamin that you can also add into your cat's diets. It will help to increase energy levels, but it also helps to increase appetite for those of you guys that have the cats that are, at a loss of appetite because of this.
I know a slippery elm is also a great
Yes.
digestive aid that helps soothe. There are Chinese herbs that are out there. This is why it's so important to partner with a holistic or integrated veterinarian so you have different modalities that you can implement to get to the root of the issue and not just continually try to
symptoms.
treat the symptoms, which I just want to go back to the empathy for a moment. Think about how miserable our cat's life is when they know that their bodies are adjusting to a lot of medications, and then they're going right back into that vicious cycle of feeling just so unwell. So,
Yes.
so important to keep an eye on your baby's digestion is super key. You guys know when it's messed up for you, your whole day is absolutely ruined. So really try to, let's just think about this. If you find yourself in that cycle, let's think outside the box, partner with an integrative holistic veterinarian and start looking at the ways that you can help restore that gut.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you're interested in our IBD and Gut Restore Kit, link is in the description here on Facebook and YouTube, and link is in our bio on TikTok and Instagram. We love you guys so much.
Love
Happy
you.
Think About It Thursday. Come join us for our podcast. We are going to, we're going to be catching up.
Yeah,
We love
let's
you guys.
catch up. I love you guys. Happy Thursday. I can never see the button on TikTok. Sorry, guys. Hold on. Where are you? There you are. Bye, guys.
Oh, my.